exciting to make as he has come into his own as an actor.
Yep.
I think Put the Lock really launched him into the
For sure.
Even though he had been around, I think it really he was like, okay, now I can really do what I want.
I think it was the role that everybody looked at him and went, oh, okay, you're that guy.
Yeah. Even though obviously, like I said, he'd been around. He was Stree. I know he's been in other stuff, but I think that's the one that was people like, oh, you're an actor.
Right.
You're an actor.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're that guy.
But he's not the only one in this that is an actor. This movie is absolutely fantastic. It's really crisp runtime.
Great
Really great screenplay.
There's no fat on this thing.
No, it starts and it kind of keeps your attention throughout, and there's no lag because it's only 90 minutes, which is unheard of in Indian cinema to make a 90-minute movie. It's very Hollywood in how it's done in terms of just the crisp runtime and the kind of just, this is the story we're telling. We're not gonna put any love interest in there that you don't need. We're not going to put any songs.
Another thing they did, which is kind of, this isn't a spoiler because if you see the thumbnail, you can tell that Abhishek, he's kind of beat up there.
A little bit.
There's some stuff in this that could have easily put it into the territory using the R rating system we're familiar with. It would have been a rated R film.
Yeah.
And they kept it accessible to a broader audience without minimizing the factor of it being tough to watch in some spots.
Oh, very.
Very tough to watch in some spots. But it's still accessible to a broad audience.
Hats off to the makeup department.
Makeup department.
And VFX.
I'll say stuff about makeup and editing in the spoilers, but cannot give enough superlatives in my elevative diamond I give to it. One of the most impressive things in this was makeup and editing.
Yes, I thought there's a bunch we could talk about with editing. But Shreyas, say the name?
Shreyas Beltandi, forgive if that's
and with editing, the cinematography in Isaiah Ghosh and Sachin Pillai.
Great job.
Editing and cinematography really go hand in hand a lot of times.
Yeah.
There was some
great performances.
Shots in cars.
Oh,
that was how they got those shots and long takes. Must have been extremely difficult. I don't know if it was they mounted it to the inside and it was robotic,
right?
Or if it was an actual person in
right,
there.
right.
No, there's
with whatever lens choice they used as well to make it not look like a lens choice.
Yeah.
The other thing that Indrani pointed out, because she loved it as well, but we're watching it and she's so. I wish she would talk about things. She underestimates herself because she makes observations that are very astute. And as we were watching it, we got into about 30 minutes of it, and she just looked at me and she said, man, the believability factor is really, really important, isn't it? I said, yeah, babe, preach. And I high-fived her. She said, it's just if one little thing right now went wrong, if continuity went wrong or the makeup went wrong, you would lose it's hanging by a thread, and that's what you have to keep. I said, keep preaching, girl.
Yeah.
Keep preaching.
Anyways, just go watch the movie if you can.
Please watch it.
That'll be our
Can't imagine you wouldn't enjoy it.
Non-spoiler review, just because there's just much more we could talk about in the spoilers. Everything about this movie is exceptional.
And you'll see it's inspired by true events.
Yeah.
So it's got that factor as well that's important to know this kind of thing goes on.
So if you haven't seen it, watch it. And if you are ready to be spoiled,
get spoiled, bitch. That's what I'm talking about.
We're gonna spoil now. There was so many moments in this where it was almost a either Passion of the Christ / what was that episode in Game of Battle of Bastards, in terms of how you felt suffocated.
Yeah.
In the battle scenes.
Yeah.
This, you're like, oh my God, let up, guys.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I'd love to talk to the director and the DOP too and ask, or the editor, because all three of them play a part in this, if Abhishek's being dragged out to the town center, some of it wasn't a copy. It felt like it was a slight to the way Gibson shot the passion.
Yeah.
It just felt like, hey, we just a little tip of the cap, and not a borrow, not a steal, just effective and done in a way that was very comparable to the way that was done in Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, it was very believable. Like the entire story is complex. Obviously, from the start, you're like, okay, somebody stole a baby,
right?
And then, okay,
Surprises.
who was involved?
Yeah,
Wait,
the twists.
It's not her baby? It is her baby?
Did you think at first? I thought right at the beginning, I'm like, oh, Abhishek's guilty. He's one of the guys who's involved with it. I was trying to guess immediately, and I could never really predict. I
never thought Abhishek was involved.
I just, at the very beginning, I was thinking, okay, all bets are off. Everybody's guilty, possibly. I didn't see the big curveball at the end.
The twins?
The twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the, what I thought was she was like a maid in the house, and like they either raped her
Right.
and wanted to keep the baby, or it was like they paid her for artificial insemination, and then like she found out like they were like really abusive and she didn't want
Right.
to put the baby. I thought it was something like that.
Right. One of the takeaways from me, I talked about this with Indrani about the fact that I believed it was her baby, no matter what, was the really wonderful scene she has
Yeah, she had
at
a
the
great
front.
scene. We're talking about her
At the front of the film,
call her out here.
when Mia Mauser, who plays Jumpa,
Fantastic job. by
she's
way,
on the
Mia.
phone with, I believe, her sister, having a complete meltdown as a mother would, saying, I cannot live without my baby. First of all, how many takes, sister?
Oh,
How many takes did you have
Hopefully
to have?
one.
I hope they got that on the first take, because that is an exhausting scene to do. And it has to be what it was for it to be believable. And I believed her 100%. And it was that made me believe throughout the story, nah, she may have done something wrong, but that is absolutely her biology. That is her kid.
yeah.
Yeah, what a great moment.
She did a fantastic job throughout the film.
Fantastic job.
She was they all did actually a really good job, but she was the standout performance in this, because obviously she had probably the most. I guess they all kind of had a lot.
Well,
at
they
the
all
end
did.
at
I
the
mean,
end, right?
One of the things that was most impressive was Abhishek's brother. I want to give him credit where credit is due, which is Shubham Vardhan.
Yep.
Dude,
You look like you were dying.
two things about your character. First is your performance. I believed every moment
That was him, right?
that you were in pain.
Raman?
Yes,
Yeah.
that you were in pain and you were bleeding out. Believed
Hats off to
every.
makeup, by the way.
That's the other one.
Hats off to makeup.
Makeup. Oh my goodness. You got him to the point where he started to get white because he was bleeding out. And I said to Indrani, I said, I know it's not a mortal wound, but if they don't get help, he's going to bleed out. Then I noticed, look how pale he's getting. Then he went slate gray. It's like he's almost dead.
Yeah.
The level of believability because of the detail to makeup and his performance made that as believable. That was like DiCaprio and Revenant believable with makeup and performance. That was as good as it gets.
Yeah, the makeup team in this is definitely going to make the dummies,
Exceptional makeup
because it's absolutely phenomenal.
on everybody.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite, we could talk all day about this, but an editing choice that had me say something out loud was during one of the chase sequences, and they come around a turn and they come upon the camels that they're going to run into, and he makes a hard right turn to go around the camels, and there's a real quick, like 1, 2, 3 of 3 completely separate shots that they edited so perfectly that it looked like they just had 3 drones or whatever, but they weren't. One was an exterior, one was an interior, one was on the front of the car. It was so seamless that I said out loud watching it, oh my goodness, the editing.
Yeah, and Abhishek's he had a lot of really good moments in this, but I actually really liked when his brother got shot in the car and his reaction to it. But also, he was like, "I need to get away.
Right.
I can't focus on my brother who just got shot in the arm." And
Right.
I thought he was doing a really good job in
Totally agree.
in toying that juxtaposition.
Ooh, look at you, juxtaposition.
that he
I
had
agree.
to go through there.
Stellar.
But I thought all the supporting actors did a really good job as well. There's really not really much of any gripe that I have with this movie. I thought it was really well written.
Very well written. I believed the payoff in the end and the way that we reached our resolution right after the climax when he's trying to stop them from getting away. And when she came back, me wondering, is that her baby inside? And please let it be her baby inside. I thought it could have easily gone very wrong.